Hey TGG fam, welcome back to another Yoru lineup guide, this time on Ascent. These lineups will focus on his Blindside and Gatecrash to get the most out of the teleporting Rift agent across the Venetian map. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know what you think of these Yoru lineups on Ascent. The first section of this lineup guide is the attacking lineups for A-Site. The first of which is a Gatecrash lineup that will take you underneath A-Rafters from A-Lobby. Stand in the corner by the two green stacked boxes in A-Lobby. Aim at the wall opposite, in the middle below the generator on the wall of A-Main, and fire. The Gatecrash will end up underneath A-Heaven, or A-Rafters, on the left-hand side, so make sure you know what way to face when teleporting. Our next Gatecrash lineup will take you all the way from mid-top to A-Tree. Begin by the two green stacked boxes in the back corner and aim your crosshair at the top and middle of the door on the wall on mid-catwalk. Like before, just wait for the Gatecrash teleport to get to where you want to go, in this case, A-Tree, just below the window, and then teleport. This is a riskier teleport, however, as you will be in a crossfire from A-Tree, A-Window, and A-Gardens. Moving over to Blindside lineups for A-Site, this one will flash enemies watching A-Site from A-Lobby. Stand just in front of the two green boxes from the first lineup in A-Lobby. Anyone watching over the entryway to A-Site from A-Main will be flashed, meaning you can easily swing and push onto the site, especially if you use the first Gatecrash in this guide. This final attacking A-Site Blindside will flash mid from mid-top. This is for when you want to push A-Site from mid. Stand just behind the singular green box in mid-top. Aim at the bottom left corner of the box and throw the Blindside just to the left of it. The flash will bounce off the ground. And then, once you have blinded everyone, peek and grab kills or advance. Moving over to the attacking B-Site lineups. This first Gatecrash will take you from B-Main all the way to B-Boathouse. This is a very risky lineup, but it will pay off if you time it right. Stand just to the right of the entryway to B-Site from B-Main and aim down the choke point to B-Site. The Gatecrash will go down the walkway and drop down onto B-Site and end up in the back right corner. This means that anyone waiting here will be unpleasantly surprised when you teleport in, or if you fake it, push hard and get the free kill. If you want another awesome Gatecrash, then use this mid-link Gatecrash lineup to get from mid-link to defender side spawn. Once again, this is incredibly risky, but you can use it at the start of the round and not teleport for a while to be safer. Begin in the front right corner of mid-link. Aim down and diagonally in front of you. This means the Gatecrash will fly up and along mid-pizza and mid-bottom, eventually ending up in the back corner of defender side spawn. This is a great way to catch rotating enemies off guard later on in the round. Our first attacking B-Site Blindside. This flash will flash B-Site from B-Main. This is nice and easy, and just as you are about to swing to B-Site from B-Main, look up at the left side of the right window on the wall and throw a Blindside. The Blindside will bounce off of the wall, blinding anyone holding mid-market or defender side spawn. Due to the bounce pattern, any enemies will have very little time to react, giving you a free swing and push to B-Site. If you want to flash to blind anyone on B-Site defending, this Blindside will blind anyone covering the default plant position. Stand against the wall on the walkway leading to B-Site and throw your Blindside against the lamp. This means that anyone looking towards the walkway will get blinded, but from an angle they weren't expecting. This will stop people from reacting to it, and it will also blind anyone immediately close on the other side of the wall. Unfortunately, Yoru isn't the only agent you can play on Ascent. As much fun as he is, this is why all the best players know lineups for multiple agents for each map, and here at TheGlobalGaming, we are no different. We have created a plethora of lineup guides and videos on Ascent for agents such as Viper, Raze, Killjoy, KO, Phoenix, Brimstone, Sova, and Fate 2. The second half of this video is focusing on the best defensive side lineups for Yoru on Ascent. So like before, jump back over to A-Site. The first Gatecrash will take us from A-Site to A-Lobby in a single teleport. Stand on the grass hill just in front of the boxes on the left side of A-Site. Then aim into the choke point leading to A-Main. The Yoru Gatecrash will end up right at the back of A-Lobby in a deep corner. This is great for a retake situation, so you can flank behind enemies with no notice. When playing Yoru on defense, it is vital to be able to rotate between spike sites. So this Gatecrash lineup takes us from A site to B site in one fell swoop. At the top of the A heaven stairs, simply aim down to the other side of defender side spawn and throw a Gatecrash. This is the easiest lineup to pull off, but it can often be one of the most important to have available. Now for the defending A site blindsides. Our first will be flash A main and A site, so you can swing and pick up some early kills. Stand in the choke point leading to A main from A site on the right hand side. Throw the blindside against the tall pillar of A-wine, which will bounce and explode. This means any enemies in A-wine and in A main are all blinded, so you can safely swing and check both angles. Another good blindside flash is for A site from A tree, which works when in a retake situation, as well as when you are attacking. Stand in A tree on the left side of the entryway to A gardens. Aim above the door to A site and place your crosshair at the bottom of the small indent, or just copy us. This won't flash everyone immediately around the door, but it will fully blind anyone holding A generator or A hell. This is best used if the door is closed and you can't get utility through it, so give it a go and practice game first. Yoru is a great agent for awesome outplays, and this fakeout trick is one of the coolest things you can do. So we thought we had to include it. Place your fakeout decoy down by the two boxes in the middle of A site and then activate it. You then want to peek at the other side of the boxes so you can shoot enemies whilst they shoot your clone. This is possible to do in a bunch of different areas around the map, but this is one of the best places on A site. The final segment of the video is the B site defensive lineups, and we are going to begin with a rotating Gatecrash lineup. Unlike the previous rotating Gatecrash, this one will take you from B site to A site. Just simply fire your Gatecrash from the bottom of defender side spawn by B site all the way up to A heaven, which will end up at the stairs in the corner. Simple as that. Our final blindside flash of the video will flash B main from B site, meaning you can play very aggressively and swing once again for some early kills. Stand just away from the edge of the right side of B site entryway to B main. Aim at the right side of the left window, then throw. This is almost exactly the same as the lineup we performed in the attacking B site section, and it can be used in the same way. Enemies will have very little time to react, especially if you hear them picking up the ultimate orb that sits in B main. The final thing we have for you today is a fakeout trick for B site. Place your clone on the platform just outside of mid-market, and then stand at the back of the defender side spawn entryway to B site. When enemies push, you can activate your clone to walk through to B main. And whether this is to scout out anyone or to bait enemies into shooting the wrong target, this is always a good fakeout trick to have in your locker. This is all for this Yoru lineup guide on Ascent. If you want more Yoru lineup guides, we have a guide for Haven, Fracture, Split, Icebox, Breeze, Pearl, and Bind 2. So go and check those out. Until next time, folks. See ya.